Which one is it?
CA1.
CA1?
So we need you to, Mr. Mayor, we need you to nominate, and then we need the council to, someone to second, and then to vote.
I will second the motion.
Okay. I am nominating Leslie Underwood to serve on the Planning Commission. We do it differently in Lancaster. See, he seconds it, then I make the motion.
Your motion's on here.
Oh, okay. Let's vote. Our new planning commissioner. Come on up. Come on up.
Unanimous.
We'll get you in there. We'll get you in the picture. Looks better. We even got a chair for you to sit here. We let the planning commission sit at the council meetings. You good? All right, ready? I, Leslie Underwood,
I, Leslie Underwood,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United
to
States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sit right here, right here. Oh, I guess the city clerk's not.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Then you would like to stay up here with us? Just
Today's date is the 24th.
Already. You know, Einstein says that
PH1?
you couldn't be able to turn time back.
That would be great.
Okay.
It's up to you, though.
Thank you, General.
Okay. City manager, anything to be removed?
Yes, sir.
Leslie, did you steal my pen?
We're going to remove JNB1.
HA and
Oh, I'm sorry. HANB1, we're going to remove.
Which one's it?
I didn't hear him. I was doing
HANB1.
And JPH1.
JPH1.
H1 and what else?
HANB1 and
JPH 1.
Which other one?
I think it's
You got enough code letters in this thing? I mean,
Yeah, it's a
Page
test.
5. Page 5.
HANB1 and JPH1.
At the bottom.
Bottom of
Okay.
page 5 and bottom of page 1.
All right, great. Thank you. Are we still on with the successor agency?
Yes, we are.
Okay, are there any items on the successor agency consent calendar you would like to pull? Are there any speaker cards for the successor agency?
none.
Is there a motion and a second to approve the successor agency consent calendar?
I'll move SACC 1, 1, 2, and 3.
Second.
Let's vote.
Yes. Here.
And it's unanimous. Okay, California Choice Energy consent calendar. Anything to be removed?
No speaker
No.
cards.
Is there a motion?
I'll move CCEA CC 1 and CCEA CC 2.
Second.
Let's vote. It's unanimous. The consent calendar, anything to pull?
We'll pull 11 and 17. Fran, you put in 2 cards, but you still only get 3 minutes.
Okay, is there a motion
Yes.
to approve the consent calendar absent?
I'll move we approve the consent calendar as currently comprised, pulling CC 11 and CC 17.
Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
Let's vote. It's unanimous. Okay. Shall we start with CC? Well, you want to do both of them, Fran? Okay. Come on up.
Good evening, Mayor Paris, Vice Mayor Chris, council members, and staff, and ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fran Sarasaris, and I wanted to speak on CC 11 to begin with. I wanted to know the funds that are being had here, $2,379,969. What is that going to be used for? I mean, it's not really explanatory.
Go ahead.
Sonia has the list of projects that we anticipate implementing with the funds.
Yes, attached to the staff report is a list of projects. So there's a variety of new regional programs, such as the AV Connect Day, MAC Shelter, Workforce Reconnection Program, as well as we're expanding some existing programs, Moment in Time, Flex Funds, the Lancaster Community Homeless Plan, the Family Plus One is interim housing program, Kensington Campus on a Good Life Social Enterprise Program, and we'll be introducing a variety of new programs that to support homelessness prevention.
So are these projects taking effect now, or when will they be, and how long will it take to get it done?
Upon approval, then we'll begin finalizing our agreements with our providers, and they should be underway within the next 30 days or so.
Good.
Some of are already existing, so they'll just be continuing an expansion of those existing programs.
Great, thank you. Okay, now let's see, I'll jump to 17. Oh. 17 here. 6. Okay, this is on proposed increase on solid waste handling services, but I'm not sure if I understand this. So it says these fees are going to be charged to single-family dwellings. We're the only ones that are going to be charged with this fee? Or am I misunderstanding it?
I'm having trouble hearing you. Can we make her mic a little hotter?
Okay. Oh, should I repeat my question? Okay, on the proposed increase of solid waste handling, if the way I see it here, it's only going to be charged to single-family dwellings. Am I reading this right, or is everybody going to be involved in the fee charge?
Everyone will eventually be involved, Fran. Everyone will eventually be involved. But as of right now, the residential portion of this will have the increase. Remember several months ago, I explained to you about how the state said we have to, all our food waste, we have to separate it, and to do all that, we have to
Yes.
ship it elsewhere. We have to do a lot of different things with it now. So the state, in their infinite wisdom, decided that it'll cost us $4 more per month for it. This has nothing to do with the city. This has nothing to do with waste management. All the blame goes on the state because they made the rule. They made the, it's just your food waste has to be separated now.
So are we going to get different trash bins, or are we going to be
They
having
haven't decided whether you're going to get a new bin or if you're going to put it in a
The trash?
plastic bag and put it in your green waste.
Okay.
As of right now, that's the plan.
But why just the family housing? You know, everybody else has garbage, and why should we pay for?
Eventually, they're going to do the separate rates for the commercial side too, but they're going to do it more of an industrial rate.
Okay. So then I wanted to jump real quick on PH1. On the.
You can't talk about that now.
Oh, okay.
You can come back and talk about it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Fran. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve CC 11 and CC 17.
Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
Passes unanimous. Now, the public hearing on PH1 is now open, and we'll hear from Allison Burns, who's dutifully wearing her mask.
Allison is always wearing her mask.
You're not working as hard in this meeting as you were earlier, huh?
No, I'm not having to run as much as I had to this morning. Mayor Paris and council members, before you this evening for consideration is an amendment to Chapter 8.32 of the Lancaster Municipal Code, repealing and replacing the code provisions to regulate smoking and tobacco product use. The council was brought concerns regarding smoking and vaping and trash associated therewith in certain public spaces, particularly smoking and discarding of smoking-related trash in and around the city, particularly in the parks. As we are all aware, tobacco use causes death and disease and continues to be an urgent public health threat. In California, tobacco use is the #1 cause of preventable death, and the California Air Resources Board has identified environmental tobacco smoke or secondhand smoke as a toxic air contaminant. To protect public health, safety, and welfare and discourage the inherently dangerous behavior of smoking and tobacco use around non-tobacco users, especially children, and protect the public from exposure to secondhand smoke where they live, work, and play, and affirm and promote a healthy environment in the city of Lancaster, we propose a revised smoking ordinance to replace the existing smoking ordinance. Key provisions of the ordinance include a prohibition of smoking or vaping in enclosed areas of places of employment and public places, as well as a prohibition on smoking or vaping in unenclosed areas of recreational areas, service areas, places of employment, and other public places during public events, such as farmers markets, parades, craft fairs, and festivals. Recreational areas include parks, picnic areas, playgrounds, sports fields, golf courses, walking paths, gardens, hiking trails, bike paths, riding trails, swimming pools, roller and ice skating rinks, and skateboard parks. These changes help to protect the community and also include a prohibition of smoking or vaping within 25 feet of unenclosed areas where smoking is prohibited, as well as any doorway, window opening, into an area in which smoking is prohibited. The smoking prohibitions in the proposed ordinance can be enforced by administrative citation under Lancaster Municipal Code, Chapter 1.16, or as a public nuisance under Chapter 8.28. I'm here to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, that was riveting.
I'm sure it was.
Any questions?
Do we have any golf areas in Lancaster?
I don't know that we do anymore.
Maybe we should rectify that.
But you want us to make it illegal if we do have one?
Correct.
On the golf course?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't smoke, but I do play with a lot of people that smoke cigars on the golf course. It's like
Birds of a feather.
Yeah. Hey. Where will we go? So will we create areas for the smokers that smoke their cigars on the golf? Is that what we're saying with this ordinance, or are we just going to pass a blanket law? I and 60th, and the golf. It's 2 golf courses straight out. Oh, those are in Palmdale, huh? Okay. All right.
Yeah, you know how they are.
Yeah. Well, all of us don't get to play at
Can
Pacific
we
Palisades.
remove the golf course until we get one?
Sure.
Okay.
So my recommendation then is, if it's the council's pleasure to move the item, then I would say move it with a revision to the definition of recreational areas to exclude golf courses.
Wait a minute. Let me understand this.
Yeah.
The bishop.
I didn't say that last part. All I said, wait, hold on. I got a member here too. What I said was, will we designate areas in the golf course? Is that what I just said? Is that what I said earlier? That because I do know people smoke cigars while they play golf. It's a very big pastime. So I'm just wondering, are we going to allow that provision where, or is we just saying the whole golf course is off limits?
As is currently written, the whole golf course.
So let me get this straight. He wants to put an area aside at the golf course, which we don't have.
No, the virtual golf course.
Well, I'm saying that it will be there. Okay, the mayor and the vice mayor, you know. Hey.
Why don't we deal with that?
All cigar smokers I
if and when
tried.
it comes, right?
But then that means we do it the first one. We take it out until we
Yeah,
decide.
why don't we deal with it when it comes, if ever?
You mean take it out now?
Yes.
Yeah.
My job is to speak for the whole city, Mayor, not just.
Ooh, careful.
Mr. Mayor, in my haste to get up here, I do not recall, did you open the public hearing?
Yes, he
I did
did.
open the
Okay, all
public
right,
Yeah,
thank you.
Rex was following protocol. He did good.
I think that's the first time. 13 years.
I was so busy gathering my things, I didn't hear it. I just want to make sure it's open. Thank you.
Okay.
Is she for it or against it? I don't find anything in here. I'm looking for it. That's what I came down for.
What, the golf course?
Oh, I thought we were going to discuss the smoking. I thought, well, I'll look on the agenda, or what I think is an agenda. And I don't find it, and then all of a sudden she jumps up and starts talking about it.
We're on page 1, sir.
I love it.
See what you did?
All right, let's take the golf course out. All right?
Let's hear from the Queens first.
All right, we'll hear from everybody, but we're probably going to let them smoke on the virtual golf course. All right? I don't think that'll hurt anyone.
That's not what I said, Queens. I don't want y'all to hate me, okay? That's not what the bishop said.
We heard what you said. You even said friends, Darrell.
Okay, Grace, you're going to have to tell me your name when you get up here.
Is dips included in this?
My last name is Khosrabadi. Good evening. My name is Grace Khosrabadi, and I was your 2021 Young Miss Lancaster. A year ago, I participated in the Let's Kick Butt This summer event at the American Heroes Park hosted by the Antelope Valley Partners for Health. Their main focus was to bring awareness to tobacco waste and eliminate them from our public parks. I'm here today to urge you to adopt the ordinance number 1089 and invest in the future of our community. The funds allocated would post 65 signs throughout our local parks that prohibit smoking and educate our community about its hazards. There are so many harmful ingredients in tobacco products, such as a chemical used in cigarettes called polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbon, which has many dangerous chemicals in it and is also the main cause of why people can get lung cancer from smoking. Arsenic, which is in pesticides, and ammonia, which can be found in many household cleaning products, which the exposure can be dangerous to the skin, eyes, and lungs. These are just a few of the many harmful compounds found in cigarettes. Having so much tobacco waste in parks is not only bad for the environment, but is harmful for children and animals who mistake them for wood chips and other objects. In celebration of the World No Tobacco Day on May 31st, AVPH and the Smoke Free Outdoor Areas AV Coalition has organized a tobacco waste cleanup event on Lancaster Boulevard from 4 to 6 p.m. I highly recommend everyone to participate and see for themselves how much cigarette waste there is and how it's impacting our community. We can benefit in so many ways from having smoke-free parks, such as promoting current smokers to quit and live healthier lifestyles, less risk of fire hazard, less tobacco waste in our community, and cutting back exposure of secondhand smoke to children. This is very important to me because I think Lancaster is a beautiful place and I would like to keep it that way. And if we work together to clean up the parks and promote making them smoke-free, we can have a cleaner and safer environment for everyone. Thank you.
I'm pretty much going to say the exact same thing she said. So, good evening, Mayor Paris and council members. My name is Vanessa Hall, and I'm the previously reigning 2021 Miss Lancaster. I was privileged with speaking on behalf of the Smoke Free Outdoor Areas Coalition several times throughout my reign as a community queen. To say that this initiative has impacted myself and the city of Lancaster greatly is a wild understatement. This movement takes into consideration the health, safety, and cleanliness of the beautiful city of Lancaster, heavily focusing on its total restoration. The Let's Kick Butts this summer event was the start of the Lancaster Queen's involvement in this organization, and it opened our eyes to the heavy effects that the lack of appropriately designated smoking areas have had on our city. We are back here today simply to reassure and affirm our stance on the topic and to express our gratitude toward its motivation. Every citizen of Lancaster will benefit from smoke-free outdoor areas, heavily emphasizing on the safety and wellness of young children in such environments. Not only do we seek to promote healthy habits in children and adults alike, we also seek to instill a certain appreciation for the status of our environment. By working with the Smoke-Free Outdoor Areas Coalition during my year as a community queen, I can say with great certainty that the city of Lancaster can anticipate a brighter, cleaner future with the adoption of this ordinance. Thank you. That's all.
So I'm curious. I really am. How do we balance the obvious health benefits of this with people's individual rights to be stupid?
Of course. That's a great question. I think it's one we've actually talked about while we were trying to develop our comments on the topic. And I think that there does need to be a line between interacting with somebody's freedoms and also trying to protect the freedoms of others. And that's why we do talk about children a lot, because I think that a lot of things are out of the control of young people in our community. And I think that if we just do our best to create healthy, safe environments for young people, then we can start to instill healthy habits and create better environments for them.
So don't we accomplish the same safety issues by just having a tolerance zone, like 10 feet, 6 feet? We got really good at 6 feet, right?
Sure.
Wouldn't that accomplish the same thing?
That's a great question. Very good question. And I think that I would probably turn to the people who kind of entrusted us with delivering these comments and...
No.
Yes.
I want you to think about it.
Of course.
And give me an answer.
Like now?
Right now.
You said not now?
Right now.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you're Miss Lancaster.
I'm actually not Miss Lancaster's over here.
Nonetheless. So you have a choice. You have a choice. You can giggle, or you can answer the question. I mean, this is a serious thing you're doing.
Of course. Would you mind repeating the question one more time?
I'm sorry, what?
Would you mind repeating the question one more time?
Yeah, why couldn't we accomplish the same thing, meaning the health benefits, just by having a tolerance zone of how far people stay away from each other when they're outside smoking?
I think that the conflict with that is that a lot of people don't want to follow rules. A lot of people don't want to accommodate the needs and safety of others due to their own their selfish needs. And I think that in the past, Lancaster has done a tolerable job at trying to prohibit certain unsafe environments. However, I think it's up to the citizens to uphold those rules, and I think that's kind of where we fall short.
That was superb. Thank you. I mean, it's because we couldn't enforce it, right? So what are you going to law school?
Med school.
That was excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
I have a question. Then, that was well done. Would you be okay with designated areas?
Personally, for me, thinking about the topic, I think that designated areas is a great way to go about it because I don't want to, as an American, as somebody who loves being an American, I don't want to inflict on someone else's right to choose and their freedom to choose. So I do think designated areas is a good start.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I'm with I don't smoke. I've never smoked, but at the same time, we have people that smoke, and we know we do. And I understand what she said. The problem is people don't respect other folks' space. So it's the same argument we had with masks. This is literally almost the same argument we had with masks. Wear a mask, don't wear a mask. Do you have the right to force them to wear a mask? Do you have a right not to force them to wear a mask? It's the same situation. So I just feel like we ought to at least have an area, especially when we're talking about golf courses and Marvin's friends. We have to make sure, it's fair, it's equitable on both sides.
I thought he said it was his friends that smoked
They
on the
were
golf
my
course.
friends.
There are a lot of Christians that smoke. I hate to say
It's
it,
on
but
tape, Mayor. It's on tape.
I think he's going to get defrocked if he keeps talking.
Would they have to?
I knew, I'm going to get the frog. It's a lot of Catholic priests that smoke. Go ahead, say what you was going to say.
My thinking is that it might work out organically if we encouraged people to go with a smoking group across the beach or across the golf course, and non-smokers to go with a non-smoker group. I mean, it would be an easy solution as long as you weren't stuck with someone who was, a smoker in the middle of a non-smoking group. That would be difficult, but people could find a way to resolve that personally.
The problem we have is there's a lot of people that just,
I know.
I mean, they're just not going to exercise discretion. It's either yes or no,
Right.
And I think Vanessa's right. I think it's a good analysis.
I do like that. Now, I think she answered it excellent. And what you said is hard to enforce. So that's why it seems like you almost have to take these extreme measures. But at the same time, you can enforce it if you catch someone outside of their zone. That's a good way
I
to
was just a
enforce
little
it.
surprised that you were rising to the defense of the rich guys on the golf course. I mean, seriously.
Ronald, help me out here, man.
I think the rich guys on the golf course ought to follow what everybody else does. Get over it.
Hey.
All right. Primo Castro.
Good afternoon, Mayor, members of the City Council. By the way, you guys are like, killing me and stuff, so, haven't had this much fun in a City Council meeting in a long time. Obviously, Primo Castro, Government Relations Director with the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network, also known as ACS-CAN, the nonprofit, nonpartisan advocacy affiliate of the American Cancer Society, supporting evidence-based policy and legislative solutions designed to eliminate cancer as a major health problem. To be honest with you, what the two young ladies said, I couldn't said it better myself and stuff. So I think I'll just keep it at that, but just say that, the American Cancer Society is in strong support of this ordinance, and hopefully you'll be able to pass it as soon as possible. But, to answer the question is, yes, there are, multiple ordinances out there that do exclude what we're discussing up here right now, and while we don't support it, obviously every city gets to choose their own exemptions and stuff. So, but obviously, as for us, we prefer not to see any exemptions whatsoever, but we want to make sure that we protect the lives and health of everybody around you and our loved ones. Just in California, usually about a little over 34,000 people attribute to some sort of a tobacco-related illness in California, just in California. So part of the reason why we're advocating here tonight. So thank you.
Thank you. Of course, people quit smoking, you guys might be out of a job. just saying, I mean. Okay, Sarah Jones.
I saw Sarah raring to come up here.
How are you guys doing this evening? I just wanted to say thank you so much for taking into consideration.
Closer to the mic. Your mayor is deaf. He's really old.
Good evening, council. I just wanted to come and approach you guys and say thank you very much for taking the time to reevaluate tobacco and how it's affecting our community. Because the bottom line is it hurts our community members, and we're all facing these issues. So I think with COVID and being exposed to nanoparticles, we have come to see that we don't have to actually see a disease or a molecule to know the effects of it. And so now that we're acknowledging that these things exist, we're taking acknowledgement of that tobacco is harmful. I think it's important to seriously reduce, rethink, and refocus tobacco completely, because it shouldn't even really be an option. It's hurting our family and our friends. So I don't know how you guys can exactly come to some kind of common ground, but I feel like it's extremely important that we start addressing this and acknowledging what it really is. Thank you, guys.
So why don't we just pass an ordinance saying Lancaster's a smoke-free city?
That would be so beautiful.
Why can't we do that? Can we do that, Allison?
Set the example?
How about that?
I am not sure that we could do that on private property.
Oh.
Yeah. People's personal residences and private areas, I don't believe we would be able to do that.
Why not? They could move.
I can look into it if you'd like.
That would shut down all the hookah lounges up here also.
I'm actually toying with it, you guys. I mean, when you think about it, I think she's right. This has no social redeeming value whatsoever. None. It just kills people. Now, I used to smoke, and it was the hardest thing I ever gave up. I had to give up a lot of things. But the hardest thing I had to give up was cigarettes. I mean, it is hard. But
I'm still struggling.
What?
I'm still struggling. That's my whole thing, is that I know, and like you're saying, it is a mental health issue more than anything else.
Wait a minute, I didn't say I was crazy.
That was me.
Has there been a city that's outlawed it?
I am not aware of a city that has outright outlawed it, even in private property, private residences. I do not know of one. It might exist, but I don't know of it.
Well, because, I mean, look at the problems you have even in a private residence. Now, I agree, you know, what people do in their homes is their own business. There's not really anything we could or should do about it. But if you live in an apartment that has a shared ventilation system, the entire building,
Yeah.
you know, is getting that stuff.
Compromised.
I agree. My wife has she suffers from sinuses. The worst thing that always happens to us is we get a smoke-free room that someone has smoked a whole pack in. And we have to start jumping 3 or 4, and I've learned now to just go to another floor, because those next 3 rooms are contaminated. So I understand what you're talking about. At the same time, I don't want this to be a mass debate either. And that's what I'm concerned about.
You don't want to what?
A mass debate, where people's individual rights. Because if we make Lancaster smoke-free, then we're being hypocritical, allowing folks to sell cigarettes in our stores.
Well, if we make it smoke-free, they couldn't sell it in our stores, right?
I would think so.
So, you know, in China, they were 10 years ago when I was there, they were trying to figure out what to do with their cancer rates. And so they were going to suppress cigarettes, but so much of their tax base came from cigarettes that it was probably a dilemma they haven't solved yet. How much do we get from cigarette sales taxes?
Very little,
Really?
Very little?
very little.
Yeah,
But
and we
it's
don't,
not-
we don't track it specifically, but in the big picture of things, it's very little.
Huh. I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, me too. I think the state takes it all, you know?
They should increase that tax.
Well, you know, the state takes all the money, but then we have to provide the medical care in some fashion, right? I mean, that's why our health is so terrible here. Well, you got us thinking.
I appreciate it so much.
Thank you.
You guys have a wonderful evening.
So how long have you been free of smoking?
Not too long. Not too long.
You know, my son was using those nicotine toothpicks.
I've heard about the really good things of those. I'm not exactly sure where they sell them at, but I've heard of
It's
those.
a thought. All right.
Thank you.
Let's hear from everybody else, and then let's discuss it. Was it Adele Domingo?
Good evening, City Council members. Good evening, Mayor. My name is Adele Domingo, and I'm a program manager at Antelope Valley Partners for Health. I'm speaking on behalf of Joanna Cantioc, our Assistant Project Specialist for the Smoke-Free Outer Area Program, and she was also the lead coalition leader of our Smoke-Free Outer Area Lancaster Coalition. I am expressing my support in the ordinance brought forward to you today. My team and I, along with the Smoke-Free Outer Areas Coalition, have worked very hard to bring awareness to our issues surrounding secondhand smoke in the Antelope Valley for the past 3 years. Now that we have finally made it this far, I would like to say thank you for the opportunity you have given us to contribute in improving our community's health. Second is our thank to our city manager, Jason Caudel, for the time you've given us to present and introduce the project in July of 2020, and to Sonia Patterson and her team for working so close with our coalition to bring this ordinance forward to the council. My hope is that we could pass a fully comprehensive outdoor smoking ordinance that encompasses all areas of importance, including outdoor dining areas and sidewalks. With summer approaching and families getting ready to spend their days outdoor at events like farmers market or any outdoor activities, I hope that the City Council would consider having an ordinance that would always protect the health of others. It is a known fact that smoke travels. There's no safe level of secondhand smoke, and if we are grace to some areas, then are we really doing what's best for our community? I want to thank you for your time and continued support support of our program, and we look forward to working towards a healthier Lancaster and a healthier Antelope Valley. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, oh, we've got to discuss later. Okay, never mind.
What?
No, go ahead. You said we'll discuss later.
All right. Fran? Of course, didn't COVID kill off all the smokers? What? Didn't it? Did some escape? Nobody wants to answer the hard questions, right?
Okay. Good afternoon again. I am for this ordinance, but I also have, like you were speaking of, having areas for smokers to congregate. But if they're outside, the wind carries that smoke a long distance, and you can still breathe it. I also wanted to mention, does this include smoking of marijuana or cannabis?
That's what I was going to ask
Because
about
that's
our growers.
oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's real good smoking right there.
Yeah,
That's stronger than cigarettes.
yeah, that's.
When you mean real good smoking, what do you mean?
Now that I did back in my BC days before Christ, I do know about that.
So,
And that's stronger than cigarettes.
yeah, because it's awful, it's terrible, especially
Well,
like,
it's the policy of the city to recommend gummies, not,
okay, well, at least you don't get any smoke out of that, that's a good idea. Okay, well, that's basically all I have to say on that. I just want to put in that marijuana or cannabis thing because it wasn't mentioned, and that is,
Fran, don't you think I have enough problems up here?
I know you do, Mayor, and I'm sorry I bring you more. But I'm here to help as best I can, and I thank you very much for letting me talk. God bless you all.
You know, they are different substances. I wouldn't group them together. I'm not opposed to looking at them individually, but they are different substances.
The ordinance before you includes prohibition of cannabis smoking everywhere that nicotine smoking is prohibited.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Good.
Yeah, it's smoking regardless of the substance.
Oh, okay.
So, thanks, Fran.
Okay.
Lance Hiller.
Thank you. I believe our constitutions, yours, mine, the governments, the feds, call for equal treatment of people, and not for the 75% that's more equal than the 25% that you're trying to get rid of. I don't think that's fair, and I think you have the obligation to accommodate the suckers that smoke. I don't think that putting them into a second-class citizen and pushing them off the side, not allowing them to, I can understand a lot of places, but talking about smoke wafting, there's no, as far as I know, there's no scientific reasoning or scientific answer. Is that secondhand smoke, is that going to kill someone? Will it bother, other than, I sure don't like the smell of that. Anyway, that's as far as I go, is that I think that you have an obligation to treat everybody with respect and not just the 75%.
Everybody?
You know, that 1984 guy, remember that?
We got to treat everybody with respect?
Maybe you don't. I see that. Thanks for your day.
Thank you. Well, there are some bad people in the world, you know, aren't there? So, okay, what do you guys think?
Close the public hearing.
Public hearing is now closed.
I remember as a kid growing up where they had smoking sections in restaurants and airplanes. I remember all of that, and I guess it didn't work. I don't know. I do remember always asking for the non-smoking section. My parents used to. I don't know. I'm a 70s. I'm dating myself, but I know I look 20. But
Bishop, are you really saying you never smoked?
I said I didn't smoke cigarettes.
Oh.
You know,
I cannot lie.
Got anything?
Yeah, I don't think this is the time to crack down real hard. I think the public has been through a lot. I think sometimes government can overreach. I don't smoke, never have, hopefully never will, but I don't like it. Secondhand smoke, I don't like any of it. But I do respect the individual's right to have a place to go to smoke. So if we're going to do this, I think we need to turn the knob real slowly and make sure that everybody gets used to it, and we can make it work. But I would not be for some type of draconian effort that says the entire city is smoke-free.
I guess we're all taking our turns to speak, so I can honestly say I don't smoke, never have smoked. I can remember a distinct time in 1967.
Wow.
When I was running cross country and my dad went with us on the bus. And I remember the coach telling my dad, "You're not invited to come with the group no more because you smoke and you're a bad influence on this group." And we went home and my dad threw cigarettes away and quit smoking cold turkey. So I appreciate that. Just never been motivated. I'm a little bit like Marvin. I think the last 2.5, 3 years have been crazy and nonsense, and I'd be more inclined, I think we ought to take slow steps. I'd be more inclined to have maybe designated areas. We'll have a hard time, though. Obviously, playgrounds is a big issue with me. I just don't think there's a place for smoking and playgrounds, so I don't know. We'd have to defer to the staff to determine, to answer my questions about, do you think we could navigate some kind of modified ordinance to be able to have it not available in some areas and then having some isolated area for smokers? I mean, that's my thought.
Thank you. Well, there's one thing to have an ordinance that where the penalty is, I mean, we can make it a $5 penalty. I mean, it's more emblematic of who we are, I think, to just say, isn't there a time we recognize that this is just insanity? I mean, I think those kids are right. I think they're more right than we want to recognize. I think we definitely should pass the ordinance as it is, and then I would like the city attorney to get back to us as to whether or not we can just make Lancaster smoke-free. I mean, I don't think anybody has to go to jail if they violate it, but I think that it should be clear to everyone that, you know, intelligent people live here. You know, people who, you know, love their neighbor. I mean, there is no way to smoke without it affecting somebody. And also recognizing, you know, just because people do smoke doesn't mean they're bad. They just have to go to Palmdale and do it. Come on, that was a joke. But I think we should be the first city in the country to outlaw smoking. Why not? Look at all the other stuff we outlaw. You know, you can't do heroin. A lot more people die from smoking cigarettes than do heroin, don't they? Don't they, John? No? But that's my 2 cents. I would ask that we approve this ordinance with the modification that Daryl's buddies on the virtual golf course.
I'll move PH 1, pulling the golf course reference, A and B.
And for clarity, pulling the term golf course out of the definition of recreational area in section 8.32.020?
That's what I said.
I thought so.
Is there a second? Bishop.
I'll second it.
Good. Let's vote. Three to one.
Councilmember Mann voting no.
Okay. Moving on. But I would like that, if you could get back to us in a month. And if the court would be supportive of that idea, fill the council chambers with people who want to make Lancaster smoke-free. And again, I don't want to put anybody in jail for it. I don't want to make it a draconian enforcement, but I think the statement should be made. You know? Huh? I can't hear you. I'm good with that. You want to let the city vote on it? Come up with an ordinance?
Let me look into it, and I'll report back in a month.
So could you guys get a campaign going if we put it on the ballot? It'll be your first ballot experience, right? Be a lot of fun. All right. Let's move on.
Ken wants to take a smoke break.
Okay. Let's take a 5-minute break. Ken would like to go have a cigarette. We're back. NB1. Do we have any?
No speaker cards.
Second.
Waive the
Waive the reading. I'll make the motion that we approve NB1 and adopt resolution number 22-20, adding 2, 3, and 4.
What Marvin said. Second.
Let's vote.
One more time.
And it's unanimous. Council reports.
Are we going to do CA2?
Did you want to do CA2?
Oh, we didn't go, I'm sorry, you're right. So who's presenting that?
Well, I'll do it. It's on one of the transportation agencies, NCTC, which is the JPA, between 4 entities, the county, the city of Santa Clarita, city of Palmdale, city of Lancaster, all discuss about improving the 14. And we've been trying to get work done on the 14 for at least 12 years that I've been there. And they keep telling us we need to get a shovel-ready project done, and we can't get any money to do a shovel-ready project for it. And they split them up into 9 different areas. They've fixed all the ones in Santa Clarita. The 3 that are remaining in just outside of the city of Palmdale are now dangerous, and we can't get them to do anything unless we make them aware that it's dangerous. If we stand in line, which we've been doing patiently for 12 years. So this is not a county thing. This is a Caltrans thing. This is a Metro thing. This is a state thing. We need to have our city representatives, Wilk and Lackey, engage with us and find money to get this fixed. I would like us to write a letter and to tell Caltrans, Metro, all of them, that we deem it unsafe and that it needs to be fixed.
You have before you on the agenda a proclamation to that effect.
Okay.
I'll second that.
And was the motion to approve the proclamation?
Yes.
I thought so.
How specific is the proclamation as to the specific areas that are dangerous?
It identifies the 3 locations that the NCTC has proposed to be in work, and then identifies that Caltrans has failed to fund the necessary safety improvements, and then describes the unsafe and substandard configuration of SR14 as a dangerous condition of public property, placing users of SR14 in peril. But it does identify the 3 locations.
Do we have a body count?
Not in the proclamation.
Do we have it to support it?
I am not aware of a body count. Others might be.
There is a body count that's increasing.
It would be more effective if we actually had the number of people injured and the number of people killed over a given period of time.
So I can amend my motion to include that.
So to move approval of the proclamation with direction to add the number of individuals injured and the number of individuals killed within those specific areas over a period of time.
Correct.
That works.
Very good.
And I'll say my motion still stands. I sit on the NCTC with Marvin and have so probably the duration of his period, and all we do is go around in circles. And Sacramento has the money, and they have the money downtown as well. Metro has the money. They've just turned a blind eye.
Yes.
So it's not a question of do they have the money. They've got the money.
Well, they are moving the money around because of the Olympics.
Yeah, they're playing games.
So we're not going to see anything till 2028 and after.
Okay, anything else?
Just need to vote.
Let's vote. It's unanimous. City manager, any announcements?
Need council reports?
Thought we did that. Oh, no, that's right, you made me go back.
I did. Now I make you go back for council reports.
Okay.
Go ahead, Darrell.
I'm old, what can I say?
I don't have.
You were at AVTA today.
I was, but that's your baby, so since you're the chair, I'll let you speak. Also with the sheriff's bus too, so.
We did participate in several things. It was a busy week, especially for the sheriffs, but we did participate in the sheriff's ongoing pursuit of eliminating a lot of the illegal pot farms out on the east side. So it's ongoing. It will be, if they keep going in this manner, it will be more than what the last one was. And it was like a $1.2 billion seizure, and we're at a little over 900,000
million
right now. So it was good, but we did leave that, and then we all went to Teen Challenge, and from destroying lives to repairing lives. So Teen Challenge was up, and it was a good participation for everybody there. AVTA is still in good hands. We're working. The county is going to help us and do their fair share. So we did, Catherine Barger made sure that that happened. So we did good. It was a busy week.
Vice Mayor, you also have a video for the cannabis operation.
Okay. You want to play it now?
Reports of threats by armed individuals against members of the public living near illegal marijuana cultivation sites and people driving on public roadways near cultivation sites have occurred on a regular basis. This is a real and credible threat.
To any of those who are engaged in the illicit grows, I want you to know that there's a collective effort and we're coming after you. You can see right here on these trailers where your product is going to end up. And it's not going to be on our streets.
They're stealing the water that belongs to this valley. It belongs to this valley, and it's 85,000 acre-feet of water. We're 17 miles out of our jurisdiction. This is not Lancaster. This is not Palmdale. But we're helping cleaning it up. And that's what all the citizens should do, is they should help clean it up and do your part.
I'm passionate people who are in tears over what's going on. And when you see that on a very human level, something has to be done, not just sitting in a desk talking a bunch of rhetoric.
Sheriff Villanueva, thank you. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for the deputies. Thank you guys for what you do, and be safe. Thank you. So the deputies out there are very thankful for our support, and both cities are actually supporting the removal of the cannabis and the canopies and everything that's out there. So
So what are they going to do with it? What are they going to do with all that dope?
Burn it and bury it.
Are they burning it? No? What are they doing with it?
Most of it is being plowed under and just returned to the soil. They did attempt a burn, but there was so much that it was out of control. They didn't want to cause a hazard.
To say nothing of the people in the area, right?
I asked about that.
Just curious. Okay, thanks.
And the amount of ghost guns that they recovered is just a tremendous, so if you ever, maybe we could get our communication team out there to look at the ghost guns that they've recovered, and the amount of animals. A lot of dogs, a lot of roosters, chickens, horses, goats, pigs.
Sounds satanic.
No, they're working hard out there.
Well, what are they doing with goats?
You have to ask Daryl.
Anybody know what they do with goats?
They eat them.
Bedia.
Really?
Yeah, it's very good.
Are they good? Really?
You've never had goat before?
Never had goat.
Oh, that's not too bad.
You gonna tell me it tastes like chicken?
No. Tastes like roast beef. Raj fixes it.
All right. What else we got?
Now city manager.
City manager, you done?
Just getting started. We do have a couple videos. Ken has one from MOA, the 10-year anniversary of MOA. A shout out to those guys for celebrating 10 years. Of those of us who've been to the museum on numerous occasions, they do a phenomenal job there. That event was good as well, obviously attended by the mayor and Ken. And we have a short video celebrating them, 10 years.
You know, sometimes I think MOA is the best kept secret out there. I mean, the shows they bring in, it's every bit as good as any major city. I'm really proud of them. We all should be.
Yeah, it was kind of shocking. Having been there on the rooftop when they opened it up, knowing that that's 10 years, seems like it's gone by like that, too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just shocking how fast time flies. But anyway, celebrate them. They do a great job over there. And then we also had a Department of Energy signing with the mayor and Choshu. I'm sorry, not Choshu, that was a different one. The mayor and our vehicle to grid project, and we have a short video on that.
We set out to develop a model for a city that once the world woke up, it would be easier for them to do. That was the goal 12 years ago. I thought I'd last about 5 or 6 years before they kicked me out. But then something amazing happened. As we went down this path, we made more money than you could possibly imagine. Now, alternative energy is profitable, and it's profitable in a huge way. You know, not only are we the only bus company in the country that has all electric buses, we're the only profitable bus company in the country. Think about that. The only profitable.
Yes, it was just a great event. We're partnering with the IBEW, the utilities, the state regulatory agencies to work on projects that are what they call vehicle to everything or vehicle to grid, where the actual vehicles will plug to a charging station and be allowed to use their energy in their batteries to power the grid. So it's an exciting project that we're partnering with many people on and looking forward to that coming to fruition. We also have AV Edge Business Summit tomorrow. It'll be hosted by, not hosted, but Daryl Doris will be representing us and the city's presentation. We'll also have videos from other council members and staff. So we're excited about the event. We did have an invitation to Fran to come and join us at our table, but she had a better suitor. AVTA invited her as well. So she is going to be joining AVTA, but nonetheless, we will still enjoy her as a commissioner there. Parks Department has a number of, sorry, Fran. Parks Department has a number of different programs going on. Homework Club at our community center, so go participate in the Homework Club. Any age, come on through, or kindergarten through 12th grade to help you with homework. We have people there staffing and ready to help you get through the school year and finish strong. The Lancaster tutoring program, local nonprofits who provide tutoring and educational services may be eligible to $20,000. Check with Parks Department on that. That's a continuation of our summer program we did last year. And the Speakeasy, June 4th, the fundraiser for the Lancaster Performing Arts Center Foundation. That'll be on June 4th, and looks like the Voice winner will be there, so it'll be fun. And 4th of July is upon us, so communications will be pushing out heavily on fireworks, knowing that fireworks are illegal in Lancaster and have been for a long, long time. So the Sheriff's Department will be out in force, as well as the Fire Department, making sure that our community stays safe. So let's try to stay away from those illegal fireworks. We'll do a large community outreach on that. And, of course, our capital team is still out there busily making a lot of streets better and sidewalks better. Just a note on the sidewalk gap closures, we call them. I think we had how many total gap closures? Yeah, 60 locations in which there is sidewalk, and then there's dirt and there's sidewalk that we're actually combining them, creating that gap closure. And there's 60 throughout town, so you'll see them going up. So we appreciate your patience, but also hopefully you appreciate our stewardship of these assets. That's it.
Thank you.
Rex,
where are we doing the fireworks?
It'll be back at the fairgrounds.
I want to add, with your vision of hydrogen in the bus, I was with Marvin today, and Marvin, if I got this right, because of what gas prices are going right now, AVTA saved over $300,000 because we were electric.
Per month.
Because we're not diesel and we're electric, they're saving $300,000. I was waiting for him to, he don't know the choir hit.
That adds up. That adds up after a while.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry. We're doing it at the fairgrounds.
Yes, and we've had such success with the Poppy Festival. It's going to be a bigger and better 4th of July as well. So we've got a number of different activities and concerts and other things going on there.
Is LA County Fire or is it State Fire?
No, the State Fire Marshal will be managing it.
You
Well,
won't
I'm
have
sure
to,
they won't be managing it. They'll be the permitting agent.
you won't have to pick a fight with him this year.
He's ready. Look at him. He's ready. Rematch.
So let's talk about this afterwards, because if we keep talking about it, it's going to get really ugly. Where are we at? City Clerk?
City Clerk.
This is the time to address the City Council Agency Authority on non-agendized matters. Speaker cards may be found on the back table of the council chambers. If you have completed a speaker card, please ensure that you have placed it in the basket in front of the city attorney so that you may be recognized. Individual speakers are limited to 3 minutes each. Please keep in mind, state law prohibits the City Council from acting on items not on the agenda, and your matter may be referred to the city manager. Thank you.
Anita Bordlema?
And I'm not a bad lady. Hi, my name is Anita Bordlema. I've had ongoing problems, believe it or not, with the Mexican mob and some of your LA County sheriffs since 2011. I've repeatedly contacted the FBI. My daughter was kidnapped, taken to Mexico as a minor while I lived in Lancaster. I guess that's unfortunate for me. I'm a Spirit-filled, born-again Christian. I've repeatedly contacted sheriffs. Every time I try to contact sheriffs, make a report, I get nowhere. Recently, family members thought that it would be best for me to go into a mental ward. So they again contacted illegally LA County sheriffs. In 2020, I was illegally removed from my house. My arm was hurt. And the doctor said that the reason why he believes these people are doing this to me is because I'm not crazy. I was illegally prosecuted in 2017, denied a trial, had state's evidence, still have witnesses willing to come forward. I'm not a good speaker. I started my own patent business in 2009 in Lancaster, California. Like, the painter came from here, Thomas Kincaid. My business is still being used by the Mexican mob in a company called Valterra Products. I have 2 patents on this company that I own it. And right now it's being used in San Jose, California and Florida, where I was sexually assaulted by a predator that actually had the nerve to follow me to California and tattooed my daughter with his name on his back. I think it's really great, the smoking and everything else. I've been attacked by a group of LA County sheriffs that still show up at my neighbor's house. I've never committed a violent act. I'm not a violent person. I've never been a violent person. And I have a criminal record for something that I didn't do. And one of your judges that I've tried to get removed and investigated, Stefan Gorbachev, admitted directly to me, probably because I was the only one in the court, that if Corey Games would have done his job after my camera was broken outside, that I wouldn't be standing before him. I've talked to attorneys. I tried to sue this city. I've done everything I can think of, and then the virus happened, and then I couldn't do anything. You know, all I know is I'm trying to get my case investigated. Meanwhile, I'm also trying to sell my house because common sense would say if you're having this many problems, get a divorce and move on with your life. I recently found out that my family members are connected to the Memphis mob, and I was shocked myself too. So what I'm here to do is try to find out what you guys can do to help me as a resident, because it really has gone on long enough. This company and these people behind this put somebody else's name on my house. They came in my house again, stole some of my coins. LA County Sheriffs refused to take a report from me. Lancaster Division refuses to speak to me.
Thank you. Victor Trujillo.
Good afternoon. The reason why I'm here is because I purchased a building that I used to own. I lost probably about 20 properties out here. And it was not because of my doing. It was, that's another story, but I'm coming back now. I was paralyzed for 2 years. And now I am actually, when I bought this property in Lake LA, it was actually mine. Actually, that project was done with the city of Lancaster when I was going to build a truck stop. We're talking almost 13 years ago, 14 years ago. And I had a lot of properties out here. They were all basically, that's another story. But we're going to stick to this subject. I went and tried to get the lady evicted. I found out that she stole the central air unit. So I said, okay, I don't want to start no problems here. I go down and try to get a police report. They said, you can't. This is a civil matter. I said, okay. Went to the court system. Court says, you know what, you can get your building back. So now I'm waiting for the court to give me my paperwork. It takes 30 days, so I'm doing the math. So we got about almost almost about 33 days, something like that. So I'm waiting for the paperwork to get the lady evicted. But she stole the central air unit. So I actually go down and talk to the watch commander. And I guess I got it. You guys got that piece of paper right here. And I believe it's, his name was Clinton. And then I went and talked to a detective. And both of them agreed. I'll give you a police report because I have insurance on the property. So that's supposed to be taking place. I went to the first officers right here, they gave me they didn't even give me a report, nothing. They didn't want to look at it. He says, if you come back, I will arrest you. I said, whoa. I own properties in Juniper Hills. I was very, very, very successful. I was doing really good in my lifetime here. Never had a problem. So when I went to this detective watch commander, and I said, okay, second deputy, I want to talk to him. And he tells me, his name is Montanez. I gave you the paperwork, you guys have it. And he tells me, you've been here 3 times, you're knowing this office, don't come back to the city. Whoa, God, I'm worried. So then I went to another, the watch commander actually gave me the third appointment. He says, you know what, go again. We're going to give you a police report for the insurance company. Now listen to this. I got involved because my insurance investigator was terrified from Orange County to come out here. He didn't want to get shot or something by this tenant. So I got involved just to help him. Has nothing to do with me. I got insurance. The company that's actually helping me, Vista, they've been out here with 90 years. And no one's helping us. So that's why I came here, for some decent respect. That's all, as a taxpayer.
This property's on 170th Street East?
Yes, sir.
Donna, isn't that your jurisdiction?
It's unincorporated area, yes it is.
That lady will help you right there.
I'll give him my card.
Have a blessed day.
It's out of our jurisdiction.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's it, right? Any comments before we shut down? Oh, come on, Daryl. You got that grin on your face. There must be something you want to say.
Carol, I'm coming home.
No, he's not. The next meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, June 14, 2022 at 5 p.m. Meeting's adjourned. Carol, I am coming.